Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Four of Cups and the King of Cups at our root. So we're being handed a gift that we don't see at the time, or that really doesn't feel like a gift to us. And also we are the rulers of our own destiny, which seems like duh. It does seem very obvious, but there's a power to us by embracing the King of Cups. Also, emotions are going to be very high during this time, and the power to be aware of our emotions and not let our emotions overrun us is going to be imperative. Our inner self is the Sun and Judgment. The Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. Judgment is rising out of the box, rising out of despair or darkness, hurt, pain, disappointment. Both are major arcana cards, so our inner connection with ourself is intrinsically important. Our hearted self, our heart, our emotions. Seven of Pentacles, so patience, with the Ten of Cups, with our happily ever after, with what brings us joy, happiness, contentment, and beauty within our lives. And then we have the public arena. We have the Two of Swords and the Sun once again. Oh my goodness, you have the Sun twice from two separate decks, of course, and this is beautiful. There's a beauty, there's a power, there's a grace to you during this time. Capricorn, utilize it, because a time like this does not come around often. It just doesn't. Let's look at our chakra energy. Capricorn, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. The light is shining. The light of the universe is shining through us, with us, and for us. And this is a time where we have to utilize it. We don't, okay, have to is a strong phrase to use, but it's such a powerful place for us to be within ourselves, to take this grace, to take this power, to take this brilliance, and let ourselves shine. We have the sun within us powerfully, and it's in our inner self, and it's shining through from our inner self into the public world. And this is going to be a time where we have to, where it would be astoundingly powerful for ourselves to take this gift and shine with it, to be this center, this light, this exuberance, to have this connection with spirit, and to open up the doors, open up our eyes to reason, to desire, to hearts, to truths, to a deeper connection, because this deeper connection will shine to the rest of the world. It really will not go unnoticed. Now let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Capricorn needs to be mindful of? July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. What is the energy that Capricorn needs to be mindful of? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So new news. It's so funny. When I picked up the cards, I thought, oh, they're going to have to be mindful of themselves. But yeah, and spirit just reiterated that right here. Capricorn, we have to be mindful of ourselves. During this time, there's going to be a sense of self-sabotaging energy around us that we have to look at. There's also Cernunnos, okay? So we're represented by the devil in the major arcana, which I've always thought was pretty unfair to Capricorns. But the Cernunnos is the Celtic chaos god. So here, there is a sense of we have to be very mindful of chaos, because we're going to be very drawn to it. We're going to love the excitement of it, the sense of, I don't know what happens. I don't know what will happen. Let's see how things progress. Let's see how things, take over, take charge, go after. And with Cernunnos energy here, we have the coupling, right? Now, they could have been having a party where they danced around naked in the woods and they fell down to sleep. That could be it. Or they could have just finished making love and now they're asleep. And this is still the consequence of what they have done. The consequence of what we have done is always going to be looming near us. It's that chaos. It's for every action, there is a positive and negative reaction. And some of those are going to be complete highs, and some of them are going to be really crashing lows. So we do have to be mindful of that energy, because we're going to try and chase the highs. We are. There's just going to be something about us during this time that wants to test the limits, that wants to kind of drive the car faster and faster, that wants to go after the excitement of it. And we're going to be very drawn to people who embrace that, who have that wild tendency to them. And yeah, we have to be mindful of the consequences that come with that energy. And if we're willing to take the consequences, then we can chase the highs, yes. But also being mindful of how those consequences affect others. So at our root is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a gift coming in that we're not really aware of all the time. We just aren't. It can feel like it's another burden in our life, one more thing that we have to do, and that can turn out to be a gift because later on down the road, we're utilizing those skills. There is something here where it's more than we realized. It's more than we realized. It's more than we thought. There's a gift coming in that's taking us out of our normal way of seeing things, our normal perception of our world, and it brings us to the King of Cups. It brings us to the middle of emotions, the middle of our wants and our desires and our needs, and it tells us, I'm the ruler of my world. And we tend to hear that a lot, like we control our own destiny, and it feels like such BS when life takes over. I mean, when we're having responsibilities piled on top of us, when bills have to be paid, when times get hard, and it just feels like the world happens, and it happens outside our control. And so the King of Cups is saying, I rule my life and myself. It's not saying become so strict and militant within things, that there's no room for expression and growth and creativity. But it is saying here, I am the king of example. And I rule by the power of my heart and my connection of my heart to myself. And that pulls me forward. Have you seen people who are truly happy? Just truly and absolutely happy. They have an aura to them. They have an energy to them that is exquisite. And here, with the King of Cups, It's being able to embrace that exquisite tendency and saying, this is why I'm here. This is my emotional brilliance. Yes, the waters get choppy and things get hard, but this is my heart, and I nourish my heart. And a lot of times we think that it has to be something grandiose. Like, if it's not on this huge scale of success, then it couldn't possibly be brilliant. It couldn't possibly be, why we're here on this earth. But it can be that we're excellent gardeners. And sharing that fresh produce with our families is why we're here. To be able to connect with the earth, to be able to connect with our loved ones, that brings power and beauty into our lives, that energizes us from the roots upward. And why can't that be a beautiful thing? I had a neighbor when I was growing up. She always had the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gardens. Well, one especially. And every weekend she'd be in there. Every day after work she'd be in there weeding, and just making it beautiful. And that was her joy. That garden was her joy. And I'm just seeing that here. It's like the joy doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a very small thing. But it lets our light shine. And it brings beauty to us. And the sun is saying here, let your light shine. Let your heart shine. Let your brilliance shine. This is the happiest card within the deck, and it is also the card that gets us taken by eyes. That gets people speaking negatively about us, saying, who do you think you are? I think I'm a person who's allowed to shine brightly and brilliantly with my blessings. I think I don't have to apologize for being happy or for being me. The sun is grace and beauty and brilliance, and it is our job to let this brilliance shine. To let our beauty shine, to let our wishes, our hopes, and our dreams come forward. And to say, this is what makes me smile. Dancing silly with my kids in the middle of the kitchen brings tremendous joy into my life, so why wouldn't I do it? Going for walks with my dogs bring tremendous joy, so why wouldn't I do it? It's having that brilliance here. It's having that beauty, and it raises us out of the darkness. And it's so easy to fall into the darkness. I know people disagree. And they say, oh, I'm happy and everything's brilliant and my life is wonderful and it's always been wonderful. And that's awesome. That is awesome and that's great for you. But so many people in this world feel like they're alone within their pain. Feel like if everything isn't perfect, I've obviously done something wrong. And that's not true at all. So many religions, whether they be the really ancient ones or whether they be the ones that are worshipped today, so many religions focus around suffering because suffering is a normal part of human life. Part of my tattoo right here, Synapsis alba. This is a mustard seed, is the botanical name for mustard seed. And why I have that here is it's a message from my mom, yes, but also in Buddhist texts. They have the story of the mustard seed. And this woman has lost her child, and she's fallen so deeply in grief that there's no way that she can get out of it. She just wants her child back. And so her friend says to her, if there's one person that can help, it will be the Buddha. You go to him. And he tells the woman, if you can find one person to give you a mustard seed, and that was common cooking, herb, that every house had. If you can find one of your neighbors to give you a mustard seed who has not experienced pain, I will bring you your son back. And the fact of the matter is, she knocked on every single door, and nobody was able to tell her that they hadn't experienced pain. But everybody was willing to give her a mustard seed. And that's the thing with life. There's hurts and there's pains and there's disappointments and there's devastations and there's heartbreaks. And yet the beauty to still help one another, to still be there for one another, that's an extraordinary thing. As we rise out of darkness, we rise into ourselves more openly, more honestly, and more beautifully than we could have imagined. Judgment is hearing our angel's call, hearing a beautiful siren from beyond, and knowing that there's more to this life than we realized. There's a deeper connection than we could ever know. And it brings us to the Seven of Pentacles within our hearts. It brings us to having to be patient because there is this beautiful payoff with the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is they all live happily ever after. It's passion and beauty and prosperity and love. The Ten of Cups is our own individual idea of happiness. Because here's the thing, it's different for every person. We have things that bring us so much joy. And if we share the thing that brings us joy with somebody else, they might be like, what the heck is this? This isn't joyful. I don't like it at all. Or I would never love that person. They're totally not for me. So here with the Ten of Cups, it's embracing the world that we want to create. And it's having patience with that creation. Because so often we look at social media and we see everybody having just the best time or pushing their views forward or, whatever it is. And we think, oh, that's supposed to be me. And we don't realize that it doesn't need to be perfect. I was watching clips of Botched on YouTube, which was an interesting rabbit hole to fall down. And they said that the thing that people do is they bring edited selfies to them, filtered selfies to them, and say, that's what I want to look like. But it changes your face so much that it's unobtainable. You don't have the same bone structure as the person that you're showing them because it's such an intense change. So here, there's this sense of it's achievable, but in a world of make-believe. And we have to not fall prey to that world of make-believe, which is so real right now that it feels more real than the real world. It's more intense. It gives us these dopamine highs. It brings us these devastations. It feels more real than when we go outside. And we have to be patient with the building of our happiness, with the beauty of our hearts, with the passion and the desire that we want within our life, and being able to embrace the erotic, the sense of brilliance, the sense of joy, the sense of love, the sense of just wonderment. And that's an important word. I'm obsessed with the word wonderment right now. Spirit keeps on bringing it to me. And I don't know if it's because my nephew is 2 years old walking around the house going, wow, to everything. And it's just like, he thinks everything is just fascinating and beautiful and wonderful. And it's so cool to be a part of that, to watch him and be with him. And so here, it's being patient as we build that wonderment within our lives, as we embrace our happiness, no matter how untraditional it is, no matter how people don't get it, it doesn't matter. It's our happiness that we're moving forward with. Let others walk the traditional route, or let others find happiness and contentment within the routes that are safer. The routes of wonderment are everywhere. And we have to be patient with the way divinity develops them around us. And not expect something just because we see it and we think, oh, that should be it. No, love is hard. Happiness is hard. And yet we think that they're supposed to be the easiest things in the whole entire world. They're not. It brings us to our public self. And there's a path that we're going to be walking that we never thought we could walk. It actually comes through the conquering of a bunch of fears during this time. And we're conquering them not because we want to conquer them, but because we're thrusting ourselves forward. We're being pushed in a direction that we think, oh my goodness, can I do this? Can I move forward this way? Is this right for me? Do I know what it is that I want? But we know what it is that we don't want. And as we know what it is that we don't want, things are becoming a little bit more clear. And I always believe quite strongly, ever since I was very little, that we find out who we're not way before we become comfortable with who we are. Even if we knew that we were this person when we were very young, as the world influences us, and as we look at things, we think, oh, I'm supposed to be this way, oh, I'm supposed to be that way. It's a very rare person who can stay true to themselves throughout life and never waver. The Two of Swords here is passion and brilliance and dedication. And it's realizing that I don't have to move forward in the way that I thought I had to move forward. I don't have to be the two roads that I've always seen. There's more to life than meets the eye. And there's a magic and there's a brilliance to me. And it brings us to the sun. It brings us to beauty and wonderment and glory. It brings us to happiness. And it will bring us to people trying to take us by eyes. To say, you don't get to have that happiness. You don't get to have that joy. That brilliance doesn't get to be yours. And they try to knock us down. Let them. People are petty. And people believe in small dreams and small things. Let them have it if they want it. Now's the time for something extraordinary. Now's the time to move within the extraordinary, Capricorn. Because extraordinary things are reasonable at this time. The extraordinary can become the ordinary. And we can be led to open up our eyes and open up our souls and open up ourselves to something more than what we had originally imagined. Does it mean everything comes right now? And if it doesn't happen right now, it'll never happen? No, absolutely not. What it means is that this is going to be a luckier time for us. And even the mistakes, even the times we fall down and the hurts and the pains and the disappointments, they will wind up having an overarching reason to them or power to them within our lives during this time. So let's look more deeply at our rooted self. Show me deeply the rooted self of Capricorn, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Knight of Swords, which is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're born, excuse me, if you're born on the cusp of Aquarius, or you have air sign energy within your chart, this is coming out quite strongly, just like the water sign. If you're born with a lot of water sign in your chart, this part of your personality is going to be coming out very intensely with the King of Cups. So with the Knight of Swords, this is a superhero. This is the white knight that comes in and slays the dragon and rescues the princess and cuts through the thorns and is able to ascend. And this is what we are during this time. Now we can also be, and so we have to be very mindful, astoundingly rash. We want things to work out in our favor. We want the happily ever after. We want the beauty and the power and the prestige. And so we can go off, half-cocked, which comes from the statement during the Revolutionary War, I believe, or if it was the Civil War, the U.S. Revolutionary War, the U.S. Civil War, I don't remember, where if you didn't pull the guns back all the way, the cock piece, the gun would blow up in your face. And so don't go off half-cocked, meant don't just run into battle not being aware of what you're doing and have your own gun kill you. So here, that's going to be the intensity, that we want to run off into things, but we need to be mindful that things aren't just going to blow up in our face. Plan, think, look, charge. That's going to be intense for us. And that's going to be a powerful way forward for us. Now, slaying of dragons, it can be the slaying of demons. It's whatever it is that you want it to be, but it's that which hoards away our beauty and our success. It's that which makes us think that I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. And I'll never get to where it is that I want to be. So do be mindful of that. Our inner self. Show me more deeply the inner self of Capricorn, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. It's the King of Cups again. So this water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, is astoundingly strong around you. It's that sense of, this is my life, this is what I'm moving towards, this is what I want, this is what I need. That is guiding us forward, that is leading us in a powerful direction to a place that we need to be within ourselves, within our souls, within our desires. If we let everybody else's say rule us, we'll lose ourselves so quickly that it will almost seem comical. The King of Cups has to be true to him and has to say, I'm the only one that matters, which sounds astoundingly selfish and the exact antithesis of what we want to do. We want to say, oh no, everybody matters. But in my life, to move forward, to be prosperous, to care for those around me, I first and foremost have to care for myself. It leads us to our emotional self. Show me deeply the emotional self of Pisces. Show me deeply the emotional self of Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Show me deeply the emotional self of Capricorn. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Six of Swords. Again, it's moving over water, which can definitely be where that Pisces energy came from. And the sense of moving towards something more. We're gathering up our knowledge, we're gathering up our understanding, and we're moving towards where we need to be. The waters can be rocky, they can be overwhelming, we can doubt, we can fear. But there's a sense of, I need to move towards this goal, I need to move towards this way of being. It might even be, Spirit, had me say Pisces because of the time frame, February 19th to March 20th. It might be that we have a goal for that time frame to be someplace quite different than where we are right now, mentally, physically, spiritually, to be able to have made that move and to see the beauty that comes forward from it. Now let's look at our public self. Show me deeply the public self of Capricorn, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Capricorn, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. It's the Page of Cups, again with that water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Here you have the fish. And I always think of the tale of Finn McCool in Irish mythology, and how he touched the salmon of wisdom and then sucked his thumb and he became wise. He knew so much more than everybody else. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like from this unexpected source comes this wisdom, comes this inspiration that others wouldn't believe you. Like, others wouldn't believe you if you said it. They would laugh and think, oh my gosh, that's such a silly story. But it's powerful and meaningful, and it shaped the mindsets of so many people. So here, there is power and there is purpose, and there is brilliance to us. We have to let it in. We have to embrace it, to be able to embrace ourselves, to be able to embrace what we want, to be able to move forward in the way that we desire. We're being students of love, students of our hearts, students of who we are. As the world opens to us, as we start to see different paths opening, as we are embracing this light, we need emotionally to be connected and to ask questions, to push the boundaries, to look at things differently and intricately and interestingly. Now, our subconscious chakra message is angels and masters. This is angels and divinity right there with us. This is a soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is in alignment with our desires. This is our angels wrapping their wings around us. There's a beauty to us that needs to be embraced. There's a sense of protection. There's a sense of our angels, our spirit guides, whispering in our ears. To open up to that is to open to a truth and a beauty that transforms us, and also can pull us out of darkness or tell us to slow down when need be. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity. Now, that does not sound like a bad thing at all. Why would I need to be mindful of that? Because it could be making prosperity our only aim and saying nothing else matters, which you could argue is just a fine thing. But it can also be being so married to one idea, one way of doing things, that we don't see the danger to it. We don't see anything else. We sell ourselves short. So this is also a sense of people being really passionate about something, but not having their eyes opened. And it doesn't mean that we have to burst their bubble or make them, look at things in a different way. It means that if we are jumping onto this bandwagon, we have to look at all sides of the story. We have to look at all avenues. Our subconscious rooted self is the Chariot. This is Cancer energy, time frame, June 21st to July 22nd. This is moving forward in love. This is being crowned by the heavens. These are embracing the stars, the wisdom, what the ancients looked at and saw as gods. And still, if you look up and you're at the top of a mountain or you're in the desert and you look up at the sky and there's no light pollution, the stars are breathtaking. They give you such a sense of there is more here than I will ever know. And it's that wonderment coming forward. It's the subconscious and the conscious self being realized, being seen. And it could be just for glimpses as we're charging forward, as we're going after what is needed, what is desired. And it starts to really open up our eyes, and it brings us to our subconscious inner self. And that's the 5 of Swords. We're going to face battles that we faced before. The difference is we're coming out a winner if we believe in us. If we say, I need to put myself first before everything else. It's kind of like when you need to put the face mask on when you're in a plane, right? And the masks come down. Before you help the person next to you, You have to take care of you, or else everything can fall apart. And so with the Five of Swords, we're embracing that passion. We're embracing that brilliance, that sense of, I'm not falling into the same traps. I'm not falling into the same heartbreaks, the same pains, the same disappointments as before. I'm wiser than I think I am. I'm more powerful than even I know. And it brings us to our subconscious emotional self. And that's the Emperor, Aries energy. March 21st to April 19th is the time frame. Passion and fire. It's claiming the throne. It's the god of war. It's saying, I am ready to defend what I need to defend, and I am ready to move forward the way that I need to move forward. And there's beauty, and there's brilliance, and there's tenacity, and there's this unstoppableness to my heart that I need to let shine. Our subconscious, public self, is the Five of Cups. Subconsciously, we're looking at our failures and our hurts and our disappointments, which is going to be a hurdle that we have to overcome. To be able to say, I'm worth greatness, is to believe it. And if we're looking at all our failures, all the ways that we messed up, all the hurts, all the pains, we will deny ourselves the brilliance that we so want. And with the Two of Cups, it's saying, turn around. Turn around and see the Minor Arcana Lover's card. See the Two of Cups waiting to be discovered. The unity, the healing, the connection, and the brilliance. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we let the light shine and as we follow our happiness. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.